Once upon a time, there was a lazy and foolish donkey who worked for a clever merchant. Every day, the merchant would load his donkey with goods for the market, but the donkey always searched for ways to avoid work. One day, the merchant loaded the donkey with sacks of salt and took the river path to the market. As they journeyed, the donkey, in a moment of clumsiness, or perhaps deliberate mischief, slipped and fell into the river. When he finally hauled himself out, he discovered to his delight that the salt had dissolved, making his burden significantly lighter. He had a brilliant idea. He would repeat this trick every day. The next day, the merchant, seemingly oblivious, once again loaded the donkey with salt. The donkey, remembering his previous success, intentionally tumbled into the river. The merchant watched, a subtle smile playing on his lips. He made no comment. On the third day, however, the merchant replaced the salt with sacks of fluffy cotton. The donkey, convinced of his cleverness, repeated his act, plunging into the river with gusto. This time, however, the result was quite different. The cotton, now soaked with water, became incredibly heavy, far heavier than the original load. The donkey struggled, his legs sinking into the mud, unable to move. The merchant chuckled, a hearty, satisfying sound. "Ah," he said, shaking his head. "Tricks only work if they always work in your favor. Otherwise, you end up just like a foolish donkey." The donkey, burdened and humiliated, trudged along, a lesson firmly learned. From that day forward, he carried his loads with a newfound diligence, realizing the folly of his previous attempts at cleverness. The merchant, meanwhile, continued his business, a little wiser and a lot more amused by his clever trick.